Welcome to episode 78, part 2. Take 2. Golly, man. I recorded this last night. 35 minutes of audio gold bouncing off your eardrums. It was a great episode, okay? If I do say so myself. I look over at what's supposed to be saying 29 minutes, 50 seconds, 29 minutes, 51 seconds, 52 seconds, with a red light blinking, said, error, SD card failed. Now, guys, I have never, I just got up and just walked away from it all. I let my laptop die. I let the camera die. I said, it doesn't matter anymore. You just found the darkness. I was born in it. Dude, it was cool. So yeah, we're here. Maybe it'll be a better episode if I just come in a little more aggressive than I did on the first take. What do we do now? Yeah, I was like, just sit down, just redo the episode. It's gonna be fine. You can recreate the fun experience you had the night before. And now I'm just like in a rage. We should storm SanDisk, the creator of it's Western Digital. I looked this up. I go, where are these motherfuckers located that design something that just has an error mid-record? That's your only job. I know that's a boring thing. Not boring, cliche. You had one job. But that's literally, you're a memory card. Just store data. Store the audio. What do you mean error? Oh my gosh. What if it was like what if this was a bigger show? They might be in trouble. You think January 6th is bad? Wait till I get some loyal fucking listeners to go over to San Jose, California. People would be like, well, you thought the Capitol was bad. Did you see what that podcaster did? See what that... Apparently a comedian went down to San Jose and just... I don't know, they really had it out for the SD card. The manufacturer, they just burned the whole building to the ground. These are jokes. Yeah, this show's not big enough. They'd be like, people, you hear what happened in San Jose? People just, went crazy at the factory. I guess they weren't paying the workers enough. It wouldn't even no one would even know or care about what happened at Western Digital. But, dude, I was like, how does this even occur? That was the thing. I had all the camera footage. It was 30 minutes on the camera, but the audio would have been horrible. And I'm like, well, do I just release this and say, hey, whatever? But no, we're not going to half-ass anything here. All right, we got 2 butt cheeks at In the Hall Studios. This week was all about perspective for me. Thursday to still kind of recovering from it. I just had the worst chest congestion. One of the days I was so out of it, all I could do was just lay there and go, You ever been in that position where you're just you're in the shower, trying to walk to the kitchen, That was the week. Just a lot of that. Just couldn't shake it, dude. It got to a point where I was just laying there being like, man, it feels so good to be healthy and not like this. It's just kind of shifted my... Dude, when you're really... I rarely get sick or am down like that. And when you are, you're just like, man, it makes being healthy, you appreciate it more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I was just laying there like, dude, I cannot wait to just be able to walk to the kitchen without feeling like I'm going to fall over. I don't know what it was. Everyone's like, oh, you had the Omicron. I'm like, did I? I think I was just overworking myself and a combination of things that all just kind of caught up to me. But I was out in the sun for about 6 hours trying to film this sketch out on the boat in the lake, and I didn't really have any water. So I think there was that. And then I was getting up at like 7 every morning and working out for about 2 hours with Chip. So just all that combined with like no sleep, just been editing till like 3, 4 in the morning. And I think something just hit me, man. So, but I'm feeling good. I'm back. And yeah, I'm grateful to be healthy. I went down to the lake and just took in that prana, that energy. That was cool. And then, yeah, speaking of perspective, I had a good phone conversation with my buddy Daniel. I went to high school with him, so I've known him for a long time. We were also roommates in Brooklyn. So I had a great talk with him about 2022 and how we kind of want to go into it, what the mindset is. We were just talking about, dude, man, everyone I grew up with and was friends with in high school for the most part, they're gone, dude. Like they didn't even get a chance to have a dream or chase a dream. You know, it wasn't even like the hood really where we grew up. I mean, it had its bad parts, but yeah, man, everyone we kind of grew up with is dead, you know? It's freaking nuts. And we were just talking about that. It's like, dude, you forget about some of these kids. And it's just like, damn, man, like so much has changed in my life, especially since then, but even in the last 6 years, last 2 years, even, you know, a lot of people had a lot of change in the last year, and you just forget so much of like, man, these kids never had a chance. So put it in perspective, man. Like I'm sitting here like, how come that video didn't get more attention and this one did, you know? And it's just like, what are you doing, dude? Like I made it out, man. Like one of my only goal since I moved to that town in Florida was to get the heck out of there. It just never sat right with me to be there. And now it's completely different. But, you know, now people are like, oh, it's a nice beach town. And I'm like, well, it is now that they built some shit. But before it was just, you know, whenever you're in like a small town and there's not a whole lot to do, just bad things kind of happen, man. They say free time is the devil's playground. Like if you're not busy, you know, I think a lot of people are depressed just because they're not doing much, you know. They're living a life that's just unfulfilling. And you got to do more, you got to move around more, you got to see shit. And anyway, kind of going off topic here, but yeah, we were just talking like, man, let's just be grateful for where we're at, and it just kind of, you know, being under the weather and realizing that, hey, look at where you're at, man. Look at the studio, look at what you've created. Like let's just be grateful. And so I'm going into 2022 just like let's do this, man. Like, you know, you have all the tools. And I'm talking to you too. Like you have all the tools. Like you can do so much. As distracting as a cell phone is, you can do so much with it. And I'm talking about like making money, communicating, building a network, whatever you want to do. Like there's nothing stopping you, man. As cliche as that is, you know, this isn't like the motivational podcast. Maybe it would be, maybe it will be eventually. If you can get motivated from this, if you can get a laugh from this, like I just want this show to be something that people can kind of escape from, whether it's just traffic or mundane tasks. Maybe you're doing the dishes. I don't know. But it's kind of what In the Hall is. We've got quite a few new listeners, man. I don't know if it's the clips or people are sharing it. You know, I know we just had Christmas and New Year's, so maybe someone was hammered and they're like, oh, you listen to any good podcasts? In the Hall, yeah, fuck yeah. You know, maybe we got some new listeners from that. I don't know, but I'm grateful for it growing. So that was that. And yeah, just been filming a lot of videos. Super excited. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., chances are if you're listening to this now, the episode is out on YouTube. It'll be on TikTok. It'll be on Instagram. So I'll have all the links in the description of this podcast, whether you're listening to it. But yeah, the link will be there. Filmed really nice, man. The iPhone 13 camera is crazy. It's got a cinematic mode, and I'm not never like, oh, you got to get the new iPhone. Oh, the screen is bigger. You know, I'm not one of those assholes. But I'll tell you what, dude, the microphone, the built-in microphone, and the camera on that thing is unbelievable. And I was talking to Gary. His dad works at B&H, which is like a massive camera store. They sell everything in New York, but you can order stuff from them online. Great company. He sells like $20,000, $30,000 cameras at B&H. And Gary was telling me that he was saying that the camera in the new iPhone is equivalent to about an $8,000 cinematic camera. You know, Gary was saying it's gonna be like Netflix and DVDs. Like, it's gonna kill the camera industry as far as the lower end consumer products. You know, like movie studios will still buy the big shit, but man, I cannot wait to share these videos, dude. Just the camera quality alone is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no excuses for me this year. Is having the laptop, the foam, the cameras, the microphones, the headphones, like all my stuff. It was built piece by piece, but it's like, dude, we got it now, man. I'm gonna be putting out some solid stuff. I'm excited, man. I just can't wait. So yeah, if you're listening to this right now, go check it out, man. It's we're gonna do a 10-part little series of sketches, like a season, and then maybe we'll put something out the rest of the year. But we're shooting 10, and then we're gonna see what happens from there. So I'm excited to release it for you. So we were out on the boat flying the drone, and it takes off from the boat fine, you know, but trying to get it to land. Because these drones are so smart, man. They know the water is not where you land, and they don't recognize that the boat is a big enough surface area to land on. And so the thing doesn't want to come back to you. When you reach your hand out, it flies away from your hand because it notices it as an obstacle. And so the drone was dying. We're flying it, trying to get some aerial shots of us on the boat. And this thing's just like, dee, 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 basically in a full mayday. And I'm like, you know, Chip's trying to drive the boat closer. I'm trying to reach my hand out and grab it. And eventually we just realized that you got to just throw a punch, like quick, and then snatch it out of the air. And as soon as you grab the drone, one, you don't want to blender yourself, you know, because they are like a heavy-duty plastic. So it'll definitely do some damage to your knuckles. So I reach out, I grab it, and then immediately the drone thinks that it's too close to your hand, so it tries to take off. So as soon as you grab it, it just goes, "Wah!" Just in like full haul ass mode. And you got to take the battery out immediately. So all this is like happening while you don't want to lose it. But anyway, man, I'm excited to release these videos for you, and I had a lot of fun making them. So hopefully you have a lot of fun watching them. So yeah, let's get into the show. Thank you again to Trill Trees for sponsoring the podcast, helping with the creative process and keeping me calm when the memory card decides to just not do its job. Pick up Trill Trees at Firehouse LA, located at 2000 Cotner Ave, Los Angeles, California. Pick it up when you land or when you fly out. You can fly out of LAX with Cannabis. They're also downtown LA at Litco. Super exciting. At TRILLTREEZ at Trill Trees on Instagram, or go to trilltrees.com. Episode 78, part 2. Let's get into it.
You want to smoke something? You've seen him perform all over LA. Give it up for Sean Madden, everybody.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
This joke's not going to go well. You gotta let it fly. Prosecutors have dropped a felony charge against the Florida man who allegedly walked into a Waffle House with his dog, brandishing only finger guns, announced a robbery that netted him a handful of napkins. Edward Rodriguez was arrested following a bizarre incident at a Waffle House near his home in Tallahassee. Cops say that Rodriguez walked into the restaurant around 8 p.m. and said, "Get on the ground. Y'all are getting robbed." He then added, "I'm high and drunk. I need napkins." Well, all right. A Waffle House manager told police that Rodriguez, who was accompanied by a small dog, let me guess, a chihuahua, did not brandish a weapon, but just raised both his hands and had his fingers in the shape of a gun. According to an arrest report, a distraught waitress whose hands shook when interviewed by deputies said that the would-be robber was pointing his fingers in the shape of a gun. Wait, what was this, her first shift ever at a Waffle House? I'm surprised this even made the news, honestly. This isn't even the craziest thing that happened at that Waffle House that night. Guaranteed. She was shaking. He pointed his fingers in the shape of pistols. They were so shiny. No, I'm not saying I'm like light heavyweight champion of the world. I'm not Barney Badass or whatever you want to call it. But all these college kids are just so soft, so watered down. I think it's because, you live with your parents and then you go to college and then you go back and you visit them and you always just have this safety net, living on campus and everything's kind of paid for. I'm just describing the average college kid. I know there's people that work hard, pay their way through school and all that. I'm talking about the average, just think they know shit because they're in school but don't have never real world experience. It's at Christmas dinner with my sisters and their boyfriends and everything. I couldn't even get through a sentence before they were like, no, that's offensive. Someone was talking about Eskimos. My sister's like, "Oh, you can't say Eskimo. That's offensive to them." How many Eskimos do you know? Who are you? Who is being offended by this? Like the Dave Attell bit, he's like, "Oh, we can't say Eskimo anymore. You have to say snow Mexicans." Yeah, it's just odd to me. So yeah, this guy just comes into the Waffle House. He's like, "Yo, y'all are getting robbed. I'm high and I'm drunk and I need napkins." Oh, man. After Rodriguez, pictured above, was given some napkins, he drove away from the Waffle House. He stated that he was going to rob the place, investigators noted. Rodriguez, however, claimed that the people must have taken it the wrong way. "Yo, I was just in there and I was like, yo, give me some napkins, and I had my dog and my finger guns and my SpongeBob SquarePants t-shirt. And, dude, they just took it the wrong way, man. They were tripping. Can't believe it." He was booked in the county jail for unarmed robbery. That's hilarious. A felony and a simple assault. What's a simple assault? I was assaulted simply. Like a simply uppercut? I don't even know what that means. It's a misdemeanor for a simple assault. He bonded out. And, he has a rap sheet. Yeah, his rap sheet includes grand theft, credit card fraud, and possession of burglary tools. I guess that's a crowbar and a ski mask. That's the thing about a crowbar. You can't just be like, "Oh, it's it's like a pocket knife." Some people have pocket knives. I have my crowbar. No one's walking around with a crowbar, so there's only one thing you're gonna do. "I was helping my neighbor, officer. He got locked out." They got a picture of the Waffle House. Dude, that is so funny. I kind of want to go to Waffle House right now. I'm going to hit up Chip and I'll probably go there after this. What would you do if some guy walked into a Waffle House and was just like, "Everybody on the ground. I need some napkins." And he just has a chihuahua and finger guns. My reaction would depend on if I had my food or not. If I had just bitten into that flaky waffle dipped in syrup, made by the hands of a felon. That's the thing. The cook probably has more of a record than this guy. This isn't even the craziest thing I've heard of. I've witnessed crazier stuff at a Waffle House. Don't sit next to the wet floor sign. All right, that's the number one weapon in a Waffle House. That's the WWE. Instead of, "Oh, he's got the chair," it's, He's got the wet floor sign, Dave. Oh, right across the head. That guy in table 41 got his ass kicked. So stay away from that. Stay away from the drippy vent in the ceiling. That'll impede your quick getaway. Slipping on some air conditioning water or air conditioning juice. In this case, you don't know what's coming out of those vents at the Waffle House. But damn, dude. Yeah, if I had some cheese grits in front of me, I wouldn't have called the police. I'd be like, look at this guy. I'd probably be in tears laughing. I'd be like, dude, this is amazing. All this food for $9.99 and I get a show. Meanwhile, this waitress is... She's probably the only one that got on the floor. Her hand shook as she was being interviewed by police. Get the fuck. She's just trying to get another day off. Oh, what's the term? Oh, I'm mentally distraught. I can't come in. My doctor advised me not to come in due to the trauma which occurred the previous night. Yeah, everyone turns into a... yeah, that's the funny thing about... If you ever watch, like, Cops, the police are, like, looking through a dictionary. They become freaking poets when it comes to interviewing. A cop that's like, yeah, we fucking got him good. As soon as the camera shows up, they're like, well, we apprehended the suspect and I had a gunshot wound that impeded my ability. And it's like, bro, you don't talk like that. Get the fuck out of here. 3 minutes ago, you were like, yeah, dude, the fucking jelly donuts at that place are way better than Dunkin' Donuts. Soon as CNN shows up, you're Shakespeare. Anyway, yeah, man, this is awesome. I guess he does have that is an odd look. He has that classic Florida beard. It's like Amish. It's like Amish and Osama, like an Osama bin Laden, Amish, Abraham Lincoln look. It's very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on, let you guys know what's coming up. Hope you're doing well. Let you know about the week. And then, yeah, I just wanted to jump into that Waffle House story. But, yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks, guys, for listening. I will see you next week.
You want to smoke something?
You've seen him perform all over LA. Give it up for Sean Madden, everybody.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
This joke's not going to go well.